This stance is, of course, open to feedback, and it's not carved in stone. YouTube, welcome back. We're going to provide some feedback because EHG is asking for it. These are the patch notes for 1.02. It's the patch that has currently gone live on the 6th of March. We're going to read through the important parts of these patch notes and provide feedback for it. We've been talking about this in Discord and on Twitch, live at twitch.tv/payerthepig. I know how I feel. I asked others how they feel. Most people feel the same way that I do. We're going to provide feedback anyways. In this patch, they provided some important context for how they intend to change things going forward. They've said that their intent was to change things in this way. Now that they've actually done it, it's very suspect. So let's go ahead and read what EHG is currently doing with this patch. They said there's one change in this patch, 102, and another change we will be releasing soon. We want to discuss them more than just listing it. There are changes to Ghost Flame's Spirit Kindling, which will be in this patch, and Dive Bomb's Cloud Gatherer, which will be released in the near future. So here's the change. Ghost Flame no longer does infinite damage. Good. Here's the other change. Cloud Gatherer only will apply to one individual smoke bomb instead of all of your smoke bombs. Good. So these are basically infinite damage things. They said these nodes are exceptionally overperforming. Absolutely insane damage. But that's not why we're changing them. EHG says we're changing them because of performance issues, not because they're busted OP. Our current stance is that we won't issue mid-cycle changes for balance, such as the Profane Veil's Vampiric Blood node. For those of you wondering, if you don't know about the Profane Blood or the Vampiric Blood node, this is supposed to scale with 1% and it scales with 10%. So it's giving 10 times as much ward as it's supposed to. This is how you see people getting like 500, 600, 700,000 ward when they're playing a Warlock. It's because a decimal point is in the wrong place. It's that easy. While the node is 10 times stronger than we intended it to be, it's not causing performance issues, and it will instead be changed with the next patch cycle. This stance, with next patch cycle would be like 1.1, like 2.5 months from now. This stance is open to feedback. It's not carved in stone. If there's high demand to fix bugs or make changes that will affect balance mid-cycle, we can adjust. It is important to note before we continue, this means that feedback and discussion is merited. This is a good thing. Do not call people fucking stupid. Don't tell people to hurt themselves. Don't be mean to people. These are all humans. They're just trying to do their best. I applaud them for taking a stance. I think it's a bad stance, but I applaud them for taking a stance and saying, hey, if you think this is wrong, tell us. I think it's wrong. Let's tell them. While these changes are being made for performance reasons, they also do carry considerable impact to the power level of those builds because they're 10 times stronger than it should be. Well, this automatically raises some questions, which we posted a short Q&A. Let's see. Will existing entries be removed from the leaderboards? You should know that my current stance on the leaderboards is literally who cares? But they say the answer to this is no. We will not be removing current entries from the leaderboards. We understand this choice does have a negative impact on affecting players' motivation to push leaderboards when there's a leader, if they played a bugged build. So like, if there's a bugged build and they don't change it, then if you want to push the leaderboard, you need to play that bugged build. Or you need to like abuse early, abuse often, right? So like there's a couple of different scenarios here. If they don't fix the bug and they leave the leaderboard in place for 3 months, then there's only one way you can compete with that bugged build or a different extremely bugged build. If they nerf it and they leave the leaderboard in place, then you'll have one person at the top who used a bugged build on week 1 and nobody else can come close because the interaction's been removed. The third scenario, which to me is the very obvious scenario, I will discuss in just a moment. So remember, there's 2 scenarios that I outlined. One scenario that's very obvious. We'll get there. Q&A point number 2. Dive Bomb's Cloud Gatherer has been known and used since release for 2 weeks. Why are you only changing it now? This is a low critical thinking opinion here. The answer is obvious. First of all, they've had lots of hotfixes. They've been changing lots of things. They've been working on server stability. And like they say right here in text, We didn't previously care about it being imbalanced, but once we realized that the smoke bombs were used in the Echo of a World, that's like your hideout, we realized that that was a server performance issue causing people to crash, and that's when we decided to take action on it. So like, yeah, first of all, they were fixing a lot of stuff previously. They didn't know that this caused a server issue, and server issues are the number one priority for all the huge influx of people for 1.0. Number 3, why can I not eat my cake and simultaneously have my cake? No, why can I not have my cake and also eat my cake? This, in my opinion, is a question that you would ask if you lack critical thinking. But it's nice for them to provide this in a way that allows them to make a balanced and diplomatic response to it. Cool. So what's my opinion on this? It seems that my opinion is very similar to how Twitch chat feels and how the people in my Discord feels. Generally speaking, I'm not surprised by that because like minds tend to flock together. So I'm not surprised that there's like a little bit of an echo chamber there. But I also hear that other content creators and other people who've been playing Last Epoch for a long time feel the same way as me. So generally speaking, that doesn't surprise me. I'm going to read a couple opinions and it's going to flavor the response that I give after those opinions. There were some people in chat who made good statements, and I'm going to read through those. Statement number 1 was this. There's no reasonable way to launch a patch without bugs, and that's okay. Refusing to patch bugs for months guarantees an environment where competition is stifled by the newest bugged interaction. You either play that or you don't compete when it comes to the latter. And I think that's a great observation. That person really calls out the competitive aspect of Last Epoch, which you should understand is a very, very niche aspect of Last Epoch. It's fun every once in a while to jump in the arena, and they made a quality of life patch to the arena in 1.0, saying that it scales up to be harder, faster. And like, I've done weekend tournaments in the past. I understand that arena can be fun, but like by and large, this is not a PvP game. The ladder represents a piece of history of Last Epoch. The ladder was added to the game, the arena. The arena was added to the game because Last Epoch lacked endgame. So they tossed it in and they said, hey, there's no endgame. There's literally no endgame. Go do the arena for funsies. And then it just kind of stayed there because people liked it. They never really intended for it to be there. And like, it stays. It's kind of an afterthought. There's literally no reason to do it. There's no loot. There's no boss. There's no nothing. It's just infinite scaling. And like infinite scaling always poses issues because like if there is an issue with a build that has infinite damage or something, who cares? My competitive intake. All right. Point number 2. Point number 2 is personally, this person says, personally, I hate the fact that EHG will allow bugs to exist and describe it as nerfing. Those are two inherently different things. This person argues that Wraith Lord is strong. Wraith Lord has very big damage numbers. It's not bugged. You can nerf it later. Generating up to 1 million ward from Profane Veil is strong, and it's bugged. You can nerf that right now. This weird stance is a this weird stance is a bad precedent for the future of Last Epoch, and I personally oppose it. I think that's also a really good point to make. Again, they're talking about like the competitive aspect of the game. Things can be strong without being like without being bugged. Things can be like overtuned. I would say like most of Falconer is probably overtuned. It's very strong. It's like really big damage numbers, but it's not like, oh, whoopsie, we put an extra 1,000% more multiplier in the skill. It's like, no, everything in Falconer is working as intended. Most things in Falconer are working as intended. They just happen to be giga strong. And I think that's totally appropriate. That's the kind of thing that you can nerf in a subsequent patch, subsequent patch 2.5 months from now. The third thing that I want to read, there's one more comment before I get to my own opinions, is they're trying so hard, EHG is trying so hard not to upset people that they're pissing off a majority of the people in the player base that do care about the game. The people that would be mad at Profane Veil getting nerfed to scaling on 1% instead of scaling on 10%, those people don't matter. It's a hot take, but I'm going to keep reading. Those people want to exploit, and they will exploit anything at any given moment. The people that actually care about Last Epoch want it to be in a solid state instead of all this weird doublespeak that EHG is doing. I do not like it, and I'm disappointed in EHG. So again, this calls out like two subsets of gamers in Last Epoch. One is like 99% of people. More than that. And the other is like the 10 people who realistically want rank 1 in the arena and are competing with each other. You know what I mean? So where does my perspective come in? My perspective on this stance is fuck them. My stance on this change is fuck them. I see what they're doing, and the reason that they don't want to make a mid-cycle nerf that changes someone's build seems to be rooted in PvP, and it seems to be rooted in the leaderboard. I think that's absolutely ludicrous. Having something be strong, like I described Falconer a while ago, Falconer's probably overtuned. It does a lot of damage. It scales in like every single way possible. Shadow Daggers are still really strong, and I still kind of scratch my head why they're still strong. They're overtuned, but they're not broken. They're working as the devs intended. And what I've said time after time when it comes to like nerfing stuff, buffing stuff, bug fixing stuff, my most important thing when it comes to giving advice to EHG is I want them to, I want the game to work the way that they expect the game to work. The people who have been in Twitch chat for a long time know that I may have single-handedly got damage taken from mind, or damage taken from mana before health, the mind over matter stuff, the fractured crown stuff. I kind of got that removed from the game. And to me, it's funny, but it's also represents something really important that I feel about last Epoch. The devs were saying, once upon a time, that damage taken from mana before health did not interact with endurance threshold. And I told them, I said, like, it does. And it makes me feel weird that you are telling people that the game works one way, and I'm telling people that the game works a different way. Because I don't want to say, oh, EHG is stupid. So I went to EHG and I said, hey, I have this, I have videos, I have proof, like this is how it works. And they said, okay, we'll get back to you. So then they removed the interaction. And like, okay, they chose to remove the interaction. That's fine. That's how they chose to address the situation. But to me, the reason I tell this story is that it's important to me that the game works the way that they intend it to work. So if Falconer's overtuned, that's the way that they intend it to work. You see where I'm going with this. Ain't nobody trying to generate 1 million ward just by using Profane Veil and consuming your Bone Curse minions. It's 10 times stronger than it's supposed to be. You put the decimal point in the wrong place. And the reason you're not fixing the decimal point is because the competitive... I should stop laughing. The reason you're not fixing the decimal point is to preserve the competitive integrity of the leaderboard, which is this very niche, small subset of competitive gamers. So here's what I think. First of all, fuck them. Fuck the competitive gamers. And I think the way in which, man, I should really choose a different word. Disregard the opinion of those people instead of fuck them. And the manner in which you disregard the opinion of those people, I think would make them very happy. I think that the third way that you could change the ladder, instead of never doing anything or removing the bug interaction, leaving the ladder there, is just to do a ladder reset. It's very simple to me. I think that the competitors who want to push for rank 1, to me, it's clear. Like if I were a competitor, and I've been a competitor in that, I've been rank 1 on the hardcore ladder. If you wipe the ladder, to me, that's like, this is a brand new patch. This is basically a brand new patch. Let's fucking log in. Let's go game and get back to rank 1 on the ladder. That sounds like so much fun. Competitors like to compete. You give them a fresh ladder, you remove the bugged interaction, and you say, hey guys, we took out the infinite scaling ward. Now you can play whatever busted build you think is best. You're once again posing the question to people and saying, hey, can you crack this game wide open? That sounds like so much fun. Whew. Just talking about it right now makes me want to go play ladder. The second thing is less of a competitive aspect, and it's more in line with the type of build contest that I host on twitch.tv and on YouTube and on Discord. And that is creativity. I love creativity. I've got a group of people in Discord, and I got lots of people, and the number is growing higher every day on Twitch, who I would call build scientists. And the build scientists, they don't care necessarily about like one-shotting tier 4 Jewelra, but sometimes they do by accident. They don't necessarily care about being unkillable or having a million ward, but sometimes they do by accident. And the kind of creativity that an open playing field and an open meta allows is wonderful. But you know what stifles creativity? when someone says, yeah, that interaction's cool, but why not have a million ward instead? And that, it feels like a punch in the gut. Why would I investigate all these cool things? Why would I play Spark Charge Blade Dancer? A fair build that doesn't one-shot things, but like it's still good. It's a fair build. It's not bugged. It's good build. But it doesn't one-shot things. It pales in comparison to the nonsense that's going on in 1.0 right now. Who cares about that build? It's fair. It's not bugged. It's cool. I like it. But stifling creativity is one of the things that I don't see addressed here. They talk about PvP. They talk about like the ladder. They only care about the ladder. It's very strange to me that they care about the ladder. The people who care about Last Epoch is not a unique group of people than those who care about the ladder. So it's not like the people who care about the ladder don't care about Last Epoch. It's all one big group. There is a lot of people who have invested a lot of time into Last Epoch, and like they love the game. And like the voices all seem to be saying the same thing. If the decimal point is in the wrong place, fix the decimal point. If something's overtuned, you can nerf that on 1.1. But if something is working wildly out of line with how the devs expect, send out an email to everyone. Put up a forum post. Say, we will be nerfing this interaction in 1 week. Go make your final pushes in Arena. In 1 week, we are resetting the ladder. We are deleting this interaction, and everybody can start fresh on the ladder. See you then. Is that a hot take? Boy, I hope it's not. I'll see you next time.